What's up, everybody? Gerard here, as always, with the 3T Podcast official YouTube channel. This is our weekly re-editions of our Raw and Smackdown quick take reviews, the good, the bad, and the ugly of WWE programming this week. What's very interesting about these episodes, it's the initial build-up to our Money in the Bank pay-per-view, one of my favorite pay-per-views of the year for WWE. So let's get right into it with our participants here before I get into the quick takes. From SmackDown, you have Ember Moon, Carmella, Mandy Rose, and Bayley. Now, from the Raw side of things, you have Dana Brooke, Naomi, Natalya, and Bliss. Other than Bliss, most of the women are very underutilized in this match. So, it could go either way. Any of those 8 people could win. I could see either Dana Brooke or Ember Moon here winning just to build another star in the women's division, which is kind of needed with the hole that Ronda Rousey leaving fills up. Now, from the men's side of things, you have Andrade, Orton, Balor, and Ali from SmackDown. From Raw, you have Corbin, Braun Strowman, Ricochet, not from Mucha Lucha, from NXT, and Drew McIntyre. Obviously, the 2 favorites coming into this are Andrade and Drew McIntyre. Both of them have been heavily rumored to be getting a push in 2019. The best way to push someone right now would be winning Money in the Bank and cashing it in successfully and becoming a WWE champion, which neither of them has done. So either one of those I'm going with. I'm going to jump into our Raw quick take reviews, the good, the bad, and ugly of Raw this week. The ugly, the stuff for the revival, even though, admittedly, I did laugh with the back shaving thing, and bros are supposed to take care of bros, right? It still doesn't look good for them long term. That, coupled by the roll-up loss to Hawkins and Ryder. Yeah, Hawkins and Ryder are still picking up wins. Not feeling it. Doesn't look good for them. Plus, with a lot of reports coming out from reputable sources talking about that they rejected a 5-year, $500,000 a year deal with WWE, and now that Dash Wilder's contract has been pushed further into 2020. I mean, the D push is about to start for them. I really believe that. The bad, the continuation of storylines. You had Ricochet get into Money in the Bank, but last week he lost to Robert Roode. Kayfabe-wise, Robert Roode should be in that match because he beat Ricochet. What does Ricochet do to qualify for Money in the Bank? Hopefully this gets brought up in the coming weeks. I don't think so. I don't think WWE's that's smart enough right now creatively to come up with having Roode challenge him for that spot in the coming weeks. Just to give Ricochet another big win to build momentum as a single star because he was doing tag team stuff with Aleister Black. The good, Lacey Evans and Becky Lynch, that feud has been awesome. Admittedly, I was not looking forward to it. I wasn't a big fan of Lacey Evans on NXT. She wasn't on TakeOver events. Which brings up an interesting point. So was Elias. He was in the same spot she was, coming in on her own. No expectations. No one really liked him. And now he's one of the better stars in the roster. One of the most over guys, both as a heel and as a baby face. Right? So good things are looking for Lacey Evans. She's the reverse of Becky Lynch, and it's perfect for that storyline. Don't see her winning, though, but long term, I think she's going to be a pretty big star for them. I'm going to give Raw 6 out of 10, which is an improvement from last week's episode. I think it was a 5.5 out of 10. So baby steps going forward. They're doing a pretty good job on righting some wrongs that they did from last week. Now from the SmackDown side of things, the good, the bad, and the ugly of SmackDown this week. The Hardy Boys dropping the titles instantly comes to mind as something that's ugly. Not because it's Jeff's fault that he was hurt. It just doesn't do something for their tag team division on SmackDown, which is very weak and very shallow. They don't have many teams. They lost the Usos, The Bar, and then with Big E getting hurt, you don't have the New Day team. The Hardy Boys were going to be kind of rebuilding the tag team division essentially on SmackDown, and now that Jeff's out, I don't see that happening. The SmackDown tag team division is probably going to be an afterthought for most of 2019, at least through the summer. The bad, the continuation of this Becky Charlotte stuff, it's obviously, as I talked about it last week in length, very, 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 very stale. It doesn't intrigue me as it did in January. Yeah, they've been going since the start of 2019, essentially. Even before that, they were going since Evolution pay-per-view. That's how long this feud has been, and they just keep going and going and going and going and going. It's like a hamster wheel that's spinning, spinning, spinning. No one really wants to see it anymore, and it's blatantly obvious that the crowd's not into it as much as they were back then. the quicker Becky gets out of it and the quicker Charlotte gets out of it, the better. I think Charlotte's going to win the belt at Money in the Bank. I think that's where they're going with it. It's clear she's not going to win both title matches. Now the good. Yeah, there was some good stuff on SmackDown this week. Kofi and Owens, I loved that. I love Kofi Kingston as a singles competitor. He's very compelling as a babyface, and they've kept that momentum going forward. Owens could easily get heel heat, and especially when you take out a top babyface like Kofi Kingston, you're going to be a top heel no matter what. I did say I wanted to see that drawn out, a little bit more fleshed out, but it's what it has to right now for the roster. I think Kofi's going to beat Owens. I don't see Owens in that title picture in the moment. I wouldn't be surprised, though, but I really hope Kofi does retain. I'm going to give SmackDown 6 out of 10 this week. Didn't really do it for me. I was kind of focused on other things watching it. Nothing really, drew me in completely to make me excited for this episode. Once again, I mean, this is a very average week at best, and that's saying it kindly in some aspects. Hopefully in the coming weeks, both shows step their game up a little bit more. But yeah, average is only going to go so far, especially when you get closer to SummerSlam and stuff has to get hot for a Big 4 pay-per-view, right? We'll see, right? So that's all for now for our Raw and SmackDown quick take reviews. I'm going to have some links below to all our social media accounts and our Pro Wrestling Tee stores. Right below here, right below there. Right below my video telling what this video is, right? YouTube tutorial coming up? Don't think so. But that's all for now. Thank you guys for watching, and tune in next week for more, and maybe even more content than that coming up. Teaser.